Hey guys, Brax here. I was coming back to check out where things had left off, and sure enough, unsurprisingly, Gray Zone Warfare is dead again. And by dead, I mean dead dead. It's already back to 5,000 concurrent players on the weekend, and dropping by half pretty much every single day. And to my surprise, it shouldn't have even made it 2 weeks. If everything as expected actually occurred, with Arc Raiders shadow dropping at Summer's Games Fest, this game would have died within the first 7 days of the patch release. They were gifted by the grace of God himself an extra week of people playing the game and actually coming back to the game. Because if Arc Raiders had shadow drop, no one would have been playing this game for this extra week that they have played. They all would have switched over to Arc Raiders pretty much immediately. And we're going to take this cop at night. And I wanted to kind of talk about why. Why is this game dying so fast after only a week and a half to 2 weeks of the big patch that is supposed to revitalize the game, add a bunch of content like the cops and PvP and making that more interesting. You know, what changed, what didn't work, and for the most part, the first thing is the cop gameplay is pretty boring. As you can see here, I'm taking this cop. There's probably a third one. Maybe there's not even a third one. There is a third one. Okay, he's dead. And that was it. That's the whole cop gameplay right there. You guys got to see it in full action. That was as exciting as it gets when it comes to cops. And we come here, and we capture it, and woo! Point 3 gameplay. You know, it's so exciting. I can't actually loot any of this. I don't know why. Oh, that's because it was somebody else. Yeah, and that was it. That's the whole patch, is just doing this a bunch of times. So pretty much, you know, it's super uneventful. The only cop that's pretty much under siege the full time is Bronco. Bronco's seemingly always in combat because it's the only large cop in the Fort Nerith congested zone area. And remember when I was talking about this in my original feedback video that this would have been the contested area, it didn't really turn out to be that way because Titan's kind of a pain in the ass to take, so the conflict zone moved up to Bronco. It's one way or the other. I mean, it's the same thing. It's these two and these two down here are pretty much the mainstays for PvP combat. The other problem with the game is this is PvP combat around any small cop. That's it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, oh, are they in this bush? Oh, are they in this bush? No. Alright. That's as intense as it gets. The PvP is still god-awful garbage. Oh god, there's the guy in this bush. Oh, okay. That's not interesting. It's not interesting to watch for viewers. It's not interesting to play as a player. And it's pretty much all the game truly boils down to is just shooting bushes that people have ran into or, you know, tried to hide into. And then taking these little tiny minor cops really is seemingly pointless. Like there's nothing even remotely interesting about them. They don't provide anything of value. The only ones that provide anything of value are the large ones. And then on top of that, the large ones are just copy and pasted. So Bronco and I think it's like Winchester and Stalwart or whatever, they're all just copy and pasted. There's no effort of intrigue or interesting nature to any of them. They're all just the same thing over and over again. It's just not at all thought-provoking as a game. The PvP is still terrible. There's nothing enjoyable about it. Pushing someone who's just holding Bronco is really boring because again, it's not like you're in Streets of Tarkov or Interchange or even Factory. You're not in these in-depth locations that have bunkers and multi-story buildings or 5 different buildings you can enter. It's one building with a staircase and that's it. That's all it is. And it's not interesting. And it was never going to be interesting. I talked about this before, that it was never going to be interesting. It wasn't interesting. It's still not interesting. Another thing that someone told me in the streamer event video that I did about Grey Zone Warfare was going to fail this patch because of how they decided to design the game with the cops and everything else with mortars and money, was that you wouldn't have that much money as a real player in the game. Like, you would never obtain $250,000 or $1,000,000 that easily. And I said you would obtain money incredibly easy. I'm only level 16. I have done probably 30% of the tasks, maybe not even 30%. Let me see. I have done 52 of the 180, I think it's like 180 tasks. So maybe like 30% of the tasks. And I'm sitting at $128,000. I've bought maybe 2 guns in the entire time because I just wanted to upgrade my main gun to the DDM4. And then I think I've died once, so I bought another one. But I have a collection. I mean, I have almost no room in my stash. I've barely used any money. I have like components for bigger guns when I get the vendor unlocks. I have spare like fully kitted M4s. I have all my bags have guns in them. Guns here that I've picked up off dead bodies. I have multiple plate carriers. Just obscene amount of stuff. Lancers, MCXs, SVDs, AKSMs, multiple scopes, more just DDM4s. Like, I could build this DDM4 instead of the M4 that I'm using if I wanted to. I just threw on random crap to, I mean, I'm shoving M4s at this point into Mach 2 vests. Silenced SVD, you know, an M700 and more garbage. And it's like nothing in the game is a challenge. I have no gear fear. I have no fear of anything. Like, for instance here, like, you just watch. So like this DDM4, I can take this. I can go to this DDM4, I can inspect, I can remove that garbage, remove that garbage, remove that garbage, apply this, you know, and then I just need a silencer, which I'm certain I have on some gun. I have it on this gun. So I can pull the silencer from here, I can put it on the DDM4 if I wanted to. I mean, there's no challenge to this game. I have no gear fear in this game. I have nothing even compels me to log in or want to play. My vendors, so Handshake is already level 3 out of 4. Gunny is already level 3 out of 4. Labrat is not even level 3, but she's unnecessarily and not really that important. Artisan is level 2, almost level 3. Turncoat is irrelevant. And I haven't unlocked the other ones at level 16. And nothing feels interesting or worth doing in the game. The PvP is just utterly boring. There's just nothing to do in the game. There's nothing of interest. And when it gets to tasks, the task system, whatever they did to the task system is so much worse than it used to be. Like, so much worse than it used to be. The getting task in the out in the open is great and whatnot, but there's no order to it now. It's just a jumbled mess to the point where when I'm getting Bam Pa quest, I'm also getting Fort Nerith and Tiger Bay quest at the same time. So it's like I'm getting low level or mid level areas at the same time that I'm getting plant the cameras at all these entrances. And then these quests with the 22 to 5 o'clock time range are, I don't know what they're thinking. Do they think that everyone plays only at a specific period of time, or they have time to sit around and wait to waste time for it to get to 22 to 5? Because, I mean, I have multiple of these at the same time. So let's count them. 1, 2. Nope, that's inside Fort Nerith. 3. That's a key. This is a garbage quest. 4. Nope. 5. I have 5 of my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half of my quests, 50% of my quests are 22 to 5 o'clock. It is 15:46. So of a half my quest, I literally get to sit around and do nothing until 22 to 5 o'clock. It's oh, and this quest is just garbage. So it's like it's more than half because this quest is irrelevant trash because you need a key for it. What's the point? Like, I might as well log off and go play something else because I'm not going to sit here and wait 7 in-game hours, which is like 30 minutes for the clock to get to a point where I can do half of my quests. And then on top of that, the stupid red circles, PvP circles, are also just garbage. Like, they don't work. They're not incentivizing. And all they do is pull you to an area, like this one's telling you that the LZ's being camped. Woohoo, that's still, trash to your gameplay. This right here is another problem. Why are you putting LZ's next to cops? Like, there's no progression in the cop system when I can just fly to this LZ and immediately take this cop that has 2 guys guarding it and is complete garbage. This goes the same for like Warden or Harrison or any of these locations. You don't need the big fuck you circle for PvP. I don't know. The game is always going to be trash. It is trash. There's no incentive to do anything in this game. There's no incentive to PvP. There's no incentive to take Bronco, even though these guys are apparently extremely bored. Level 41s that don't have anything else to do than keep attacking Bronco and just smash their face into it. Say they win it. There's no benefit for them. All Crimson has to do, I'm assuming it's Crimson that owns it, has to do is fly back to the LZ and run down and retake it and go back and forth and tuck and pull. It's just a gear waste. You're just wasting gear. We're trading it back and forth until it doesn't have any durability or value left. And then the task system is so god-awful boring now because of these 22 to 5 o'clock things that you can't even do for 75% of the day. 75% of the in-game day, you can't even do these quests, so you have to do other quests. And if you get quests like this one, it's a key quest, and you don't get the key, well, then you might as well just go play something else. And guess what people are doing? They're going to play something else because it's trash. It's actual trash. Night just got taken from a guy who landed probably Lima 1, Lima 2, or LZ. They didn't come down from any place because all the other enemy has to do is come into the LZ, run down, and retake. It's so boring. Like, it's just incredibly boring gameplay. There's no reason to do it. There's no gear fear because you have so much gear and so much money. There's no value in taking any of these cops. Any cop that isn't a major cop like Bronco, Crusader, Stalwart, Winchester, or Harrison provide absolutely no value to you at all. They have no threat level. I could probably walk into any of these naked and take them, and I could probably take Bronco solo if it wasn't a PvP conflict, like where I know people are just sitting there on the roof of the Bronco building, this building here, just sitting on the roof waiting for people to push in, or hiding in the one stairwell. It's just dumb. And I keep saying this again, the only way this game survives, the absolute only way this game survives, is if they get rid of the LZs and they change it to a DayZ model. It's the only way. And they are supremely lucky that Arc Raiders didn't shadow drop at the beginning of June, because this game would have died immediately. It would have went from 20,000. It probably wouldn't have even gotten near 20,000. If Arc Raiders had dropped, it would have hit probably 15,000 and then just tanked straight to like 4,000 or less within the first week. They got lucky, like supremely lucky. And even without Arc Raiders and no competition, literally no competition, no one's releasing any games right now. No extraction shooters are releasing, no big name games are releasing. No one is pulling attention away from this game right now. There has been no major releases over the course of the last 2 weeks, and the game is still dying rapidly dying because it's not fun. Oh, the other thing that's terrible, the vendor stock limits on items. You can't actually buy scopes for your gun ever. You're just perpetually never allowed to buy scopes for your guns. It's like, hey, we want to take 19 steps backwards and make our game so unfun to play that no one plays it. Fucking mind-blowing, the decision making that goes on in this game. The game's dead. The game is dead. Whoever is running this game and making the choices for this game has literally no idea what they're doing. None. Zero. Everything about this update is terrible. The cops are boring. The cops are lazy. The cops are bad. The bush combat is still garbage. The mission structure now is garbage. The vendor limitations are garbage, and it's unfun. And there's still no gear fear. There's no reason to literally anything. There's no reason to PvP. There's no like dopamine hit when you PvP. It's not like you're getting anything. You're not winning anything. Okay, you got a DDM4. You can buy a DDM4. It's like, oh, I got his DDM4, guys. It's like, okay, well, I could just come into here and spend $4,000 and just buy one. The game's dead. Unsurprisingly, no one wants to play it. No one wants to stream it. No one cares because it's so boring to watch and it's so boring to play. And they don't get why it's not working, and they still don't understand why it's not working. And if they think adding aliens and stupid shit to Ground Zero is going to make it any better, it's not. It's because it's not fun to play. The quests aren't good. The tasks aren't interesting. The AI is still garbage. And the PvP is still god awful, and the PvP conflict zones make it so uninteresting. Until they make it DayZ, the game is dead. The game will never be good. That's it. I'm out.